This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good afternoon, I'm Ray Collins. Scott is on assignment today. Our top story at noon. An American tourist was among those in Utah killed in a terror attack yesterday in London. Police have now arrested 8 suspects, and the hunt for answers continues in central London. Reporter Molly Hunter has more from London.
The threat level to the UK has been set at severe, meaning attack is highly likely for some time.
The attacker was known to intelligence services. British Prime Minister Theresa May said he was British-born, investigated years ago by the MI5.
A terrorist came to the place where people of all nationalities and cultures gather to celebrate what it means to be free. And he took out his rage indiscriminately against innocent men, women, and children.
But swiftly adding he was not in the current intelligence picture. Shortly after she spoke to Parliament, ISIS claimed responsibility, saying he was a soldier of the Islamic State. Overnight, raids carried out in London, Birmingham, and elsewhere as the investigation continues. The UK's top counter-terrorism official announcing this morning that 8 people were arrested in the 6 raids overnight. Police still believe he acted alone, but little else is known about his identity.
It is still our belief that this attacker acted alone and was inspired by international terrorism.
The attack happening on the anniversary of last year's deadly ISIS bombings in Brussels. Counter-terror officials say 13 plots have been thwarted in the past 4 years, but stopping a lone wolf using such basic terror tactics can be next to impossible.
In that ISIS statement, they claim he was a soldier of the Islamic State, language that indicates the attack was inspired by ISIS, but not directed by ISIS. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
We spoke with Suncoast residents who are from London, and they are shocked by Wednesday's incident. Many local business owners have ties to their British roots, and they say they cannot stop thinking about the victims.
When you think of all the people, the poor people that are over there, just going about their day-to-day life, and all of a sudden it's like you just have no idea when, you know, a madman or woman is going to strike.
Devastated, worried. This seems to be an ongoing situation in the world, and we worry very sad for the victims, very worried about family left in London.
For the latest information, go to our website, mysuncoast.com, as well as Twitter and our Facebook pages as well. Deputies in Manatee County arrested a man that they say sexually abused 2 young girls, and they fear more victims could be out there. This man, 56-year-old Ewell Deloach Jr., is facing several charges, including one involving a 6-year-old girl. According to the Bradenton Herald, deputies learned of a second victim while investigating. Deloach is being held at the Manatee County Jail. If you can help on this one, call the Sheriff's Office at 747-3011. A lawsuit against Sarasota City Commissioner Susan Chapman is heading back to a courtroom. An appeals court judge is now hearing arguments from the group Citizens for Sunshine. You'll recall last year a judge ruled that Susan Chapman did not violate Florida's Sunshine Law by attending a community meeting where another commissioner was present. Chapman has asked the City Commission to cover her legal bills, which they agreed. So far, taxpayers have spent nearly $400,000 for her defense. Voters rejected Chapman's re-election bid last week. Speaking of the runoff election, election officials have mailed out about 250 ballots to military and overseas voters. They'll also send out about 10,000 ballots for those who want to vote by mail before Election Day. Sarasota and Northport voters will select candidates on May 9th for their respective city commissions. There are 2 seats in Sarasota and 1 seat open in Northport. Some extra help for bikers here on the Suncoast. Sarasota County has installed 5 new public bicycle repair stations. One is at the Osprey Junction Trailhead and Central Sarasota Parkway Rest Station along the Legacy Trail. The others are located at North Sarasota Library, Nathan Benderson Park, and the Laurel Community Center. Bikers will be able to adjust their brakes, pump their tires, and if necessary, fix a flat tire. Those behind the stations say they're important for our community.
Well, it's important because we want people to ride safely, and we want to encourage people to get out on the roads and get out of their cars and be more active and enjoy our parks and our beautiful weather. So we just installed these this week, and we've already had people using them and giving us great feedback. Some people have adjusted their handlebars, their brakes, so it's just a way to promote bicycling in Sarasota County.
The county says they plan to build at least 6 more stations for bikers. There's a fun event this weekend at the Sarasota Kennel Club. It's the annual Fast Friends Grey House Adoption Mutt Derby. Dog owners can bring their pets to take part. Funds collected go to Fast Friends Greyhound Adoption and All Faiths Food Bank, so please bring some canned goods as well. The Derby is this Sunday, and the race starts at noon. In fact, today is all about puppies. It is National Puppy Day. That began back in 2006 by a celebrity pet and home lifestyle expert who wanted to bring awareness to the need for homes for orphan pups and to educate people about the horrors of puppy mills. This same person also founded National Cat Day, which is October 29th. But Puppy Day is considered an international holiday now. And to celebrate this, we've asked you to send your pictures. Here's a few. Christine Anderson has a 10-month-old spaniel named Izzy. And there's Simba, the Boston Terrier that belongs to Michelle McGraw. He looks like he's about to go somewhere in a car quickly. And finally, Jegs, belonging to Maureen Schuin. He's looking quite comfortable in that clothes basket. You can keep posting your pup pictures on our Facebook page, ABC7. A nice day to go for a walk with the dog.
Absolutely. You know, I think most of us will be rain-free today. Okay. Some of us are going to see some rain showers, probably less than 1 in 3. We'll see maybe a passing bit of drizzle or some light rain. So it's not going to be a big rain event, but it's the best we got.
We'll take it.
We'll take what we can get. Taking a look outside right now, we started off the morning with some clear skies. We still have lots of sunshine out there, and a few fair weather clouds beginning to build, particularly back to the west. An increase in moisture is lending the sky a somewhat milky appearance. You can see the big thunderstorms that we have had kind of consistently over on the other coast. Nothing around here yet, but I would say probably around 3, 4 o'clock, we'll start to see a few scattered showers build across the region. Rain chance at about 30% today. We're not going to see a lot of them, and they won't produce a lot of rainfall, but they'll come and go just as quick as a blink of an eye. And by tomorrow, we'll be out of the rain chance. Our chances of rain will be gone probably for the next at least 5 days, maybe even longer. So hopefully you will get some rainfall today. Much needed rainfall. We're down about 5 inches for the year. We'll have the complete forecast for the weekend coming up in just a few. Ray?
All right, John, talk to you soon. Thank you. A popular boat ramp in Manatee County is closing for repairs. The Fort Hamer boat ramp will shut down for 3 months. During that time, crews will be replacing the existing ramp with a new double-wide launch ramp and floating dock section as well. The upgrades will hopefully accommodate more boaters. So in the meantime, other docks are listed on your screen. There are 2 in Palmetto and 1 on the Braden River and State Road 64. Happening today is the opening of a new food pantry on the Suncoast. The Morgan Stanley Sarasota office gave $50,000 to All Faiths Food Bank to make this project possible. It's at the Boys and Girls Club on 21st Street in Sarasota. The new pantry will help serve families by making it easier to pick up food. In fact, parents can visit the pantry while picking up children from the club. Very convenient. The Sarasota County School District now has a new assistant superintendent and chief academic officer. This is Laura Kingsley on your screen. She was named Sarasota County Principal of the Year 5 years ago. In the past, she's worked at Fruitville Elementary, Emma E. Booker, and Laurel Nokomis schools. On his choice, the superintendent, Todd Bowden, says in her career as a teacher, principal, and district administrator, she has always found innovative ways to ensure that all children reach their full potential throughout their academic careers. It has been an Indiana Jones type of week for the kids at Booker Elementary School in Sarasota. They're working with local scientists to try to figure out the origin of this large item. A custodian found this on the grounds during spring break. Some say it looks like the thigh bone of a prehistoric ancestor of the elephant. Classes were taken to visit the dig site throughout the morning. Both scientists and teachers agree it was a fun way to teach kids about archaeology.
This gives them a starting place with which their imaginations can take it and kind of go. So it gives students a little playground, a fertile playground for their minds to work within. It gives teachers a structure and a framework to work within and teach out of. And it gives a neat thing for the community to kind of have a buzz that this happened at my school.
The project was put on by the Suncoast Science Center and Community Foundation of Sarasota County. Some great hands-on learning. All right, time for lunch. Let's go to Chef Fran now in the kitchen from the Oak and Stone in University Park. Chef, what's on the menu today?
Well, not only do we have great pizzas at Oak and Stone, but I'm going to show you how we make the handmade mozzarella that we use to top those pizzas today.
All right, that and more coming up. Stay with us.
Join us this Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 11:30 for the House to Home Show, featuring some of the finest homes for sale right here on the Sun Coast. Whatever your taste, you're certain to find properties that satisfy your particular buying preferences. Presented by SWC Properties right here on ABC 7.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Shop the Flex Steel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on Flex Steel's patented spring construction. The Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So it's still a pretty nice day out there on the Sun Coast. The winds are up just a little bit perhaps, but so far we haven't seen much in the way of any rainfall around the area, and I don't think it'll be until time of maximum heating when we have a chance of seeing that. That'll kind of coincide with the frontal passage, that time of maximum heating, and as we get into the 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame, that's when we have that chance of seeing an isolated shower. This is not going to be a rain-out event by any stretch of the imagination. But, like I said, it's our only chance of getting much-needed rainfall. Down about 2 1/4 for the month. We're down about 5 inches for the year. Moving still in the dry season, moving into fire season, coming just before we get into our thunderstorm season starting in June, so we could use a little bit of rainfall. Also, the drought indexes are beginning to climb as well. Parts of Charlotte County and Lee County getting up there in terms of their numbers. So hopefully we'll get a little something around here today. As far as the temperatures go, we are looking at temperatures that are generally speaking in the 60s to the north of us, up around the Jacksonville area. And then as we head south, they get a little bit warmer. Mostly, they're cooler to the north because of the cloud cover that we have had up there because of the ongoing shower and thunderstorm activity. Temperatures across the region are generally near the 80-degree mark, closer to the coastline, busting the 80-degree mark as you move a little bit further inland. That's about as warm as it gets today. Maybe we'll add a couple of degrees onto it, but not much. 79 degrees the current air temperature, which is pretty warm actually. 62 our dew point. East wind brisk now at about 14. We have the frontal boundary sinking southward, creating the little bit of diffuse cloud cover that we see to the north, and the more industrious thunderstorm activity down to the south. That frontal boundary continuing to push southward will clear our area later tonight and leave us with some fairly pleasant conditions by tomorrow and into the next couple of days. There are rain showers now located just to the north of us, sinking southward. They'll be moving into our region a little bit later, as I mentioned, in the day. But as far as any kind of big thunderstorm activity, severe weather, say, I don't think we'll see that around here. We'll see some showers, may see a pop or two of lightning, but otherwise, pretty much quiet conditions. Not much going on in any of the airport hubs that serve our area. Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Atlanta all look just pretty fine. Not much issue there. A few thunderstorms up near the Ohio Valley, but the severe weather on the eastern half of the nation would be located down in the southern tip of the state. We have a marginal risk of seeing some severe weather, not tornadoes, but severe weather in the form of gusty winds, maybe some small hail, from about Charlotte County southward. Incorporates some of Sarasota County. It's been moved a little bit further to the north because these thunderstorms over on the other coast have kind of held together. The frontal boundary itself sinks southward. High pressure builds in. Winds pick up just a little bit as well. So we have an exercise caution statement for our near shore waters and a small craft advisory for offshore waters. That'll be through the day today. And then we'll start to see those winds begin to subside a little bit as we head into tomorrow. Over the weekend, some pretty nice boating weather. Forecast calling for that 30% chance of showers today. I should adjust that daytime high temperature up to about 82 for a daytime high today, but about 77 tomorrow. And then as we head into the next several days, sunshine returns and fine weather on the Sun Coast, right?
Very nice. Thank you, John. In our health news now, it's not just adults losing their lives in the ongoing opioid epidemic. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the number of children under the age of 5 who have been accidentally killed by ingesting the drug has more than tripled in the past 15 years, from 14 to 51 cases. Curious toddlers tend to find the drugs in purses or when they're accidentally dropped on the floor. Doctors say chewing just one pill can release a fatal concentration in their little bodies. There's a new smartphone attachment on the market that can evaluate a man's fertility. The new device uses a phone camera to measure sperm concentration and motility. The device is tested to have a 98% accuracy rate and uses a combination of hardware and software technology. Fertility is a big problem for men who doctors say usually are embarrassed to seek treatment. Team USA wins the gold in baseball, and wait until you see what delayed a pro tennis match on Key Biscayne. That's coming up.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I got some really great ribeyes, but my old grill died.
We got a lot of grills here. I show Clay a 3-burner with stainless steel grates. We'll even set it up and deliver it for him.
Ace is the place where you'll feel like you're in grill heaven. Only you won't run into your old grill. That would be awkward.
I'm gonna need more ribeyes.
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstraub Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
You know, things can happen in an instant.
We never expected Brady to be in an accident. And if he didn't have blood donors, he wouldn't be here.
To Suncoast blood donors and everybody in this community, I'd say thank you. You know, I'm gonna pay it forward.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
The World Baseball Classic is 11 years old, and for the first time, Team USA has won the championship. They beat undefeated Puerto Rico 8-0 and celebrated last night with their American bald eagle statue. This was the scene last night in Los Angeles in front of 59,000 fans at Dodger Stadium. It's a moment their coach says they've been waiting for years.
For the most part, up until this point, the other countries were probably into this event a little bit more than the United States. But I think this is, in talking to our players, I know they're going to spread the word. I mean, I've had some players already tell me this was the greatest experience of their life.
Pitcher Marcus Stroman was named MVP after carrying a no-hitter into the 7th inning last night. On the greens, #1 Dustin Johnson is moving into the next round of the Match Play Championship in Austin, Texas. He earned a 5-3 victory over competitor Webb Simpson. Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth were knocked out in the opening round, and Jason Day withdrew to be with his sick mother. Just one spring training game today on the Suncoast. The Rays will host the Yankees in Port Charlotte. First pitch set for 1:05 in about 40 minutes. And the Orioles are off, and the Pirates are on the road today. Okay, here we go. An iguana caused quite a racket, during a pro tennis match in the Miami Open yesterday. This rather large reptile showed up midway through the final set, delaying play for several minutes. At one point, the unpaid spectator climbed down the scoreboard and ran across the court before winding up on the other scoreboard. One player took a selfie with the iguana. That's Tommy Haas, who once lived in Bradenton. Eventually, someone used a towel to grab the critter by the tail and carried him away. And now that tournament has more attention due to that incident yesterday on Key Biscayne. Let's go back to the kitchen now, where John is with Chef Fran and has some pizza at their fingertips. Guys?
This is something I've been waiting for a while now, ever since Fran told me that they were going to open it up there on University, and that is their wood-fired oven pizza and other items as well, right?
Right. It's artisan pizza, craft beer, 50-some beers on tap on a beer wall.
Oh, my goodness.
Wood-fired oven.
That just makes an incredible pizza.
600-700 degrees on a deck, cooks in 7 minutes. It's a great.
Nothing like it. No pizza oven can ever touch it. It's just great. So what are you showing us today?
So what we're doing is we make fresh mozzarella, handmade mozzarella at the restaurant, used for our pizzas and for our caprese salad. So
like Mama used to make.
Yeah, just like that. So basically, John, what we do is, and people, you can do this online, is we buy a mozzarella curd in these blocks. And it's less expensive than fresh mozzarella. Lasts in the freezer if you wanted to use it at home.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we freeze it. And then what we do is, in advance, we crumble it so it looks like popcorn. Kind of like that. It looks like popcorn to you?
Yep,
like
sort of.
Strange,
yep.
strange
cauliflower,
kind of popcorn.
Whatever, yep.
Cauliflower, that's good.
Thank you.
And then real simple, water that tastes like the ocean.
Yep,
So
a little salted, right?
It's well salted right now.
Okay.
So, and we're just going to pour a little bit of that
right in here?
That simmering
and
water.
And you keep
right
it hot,
top.
right?
Yep.
All right. You tell me when.
Go ahead, just about to cover it. There you go. That's good. So something like this, John, this sits for about 2 or 3 minutes, and as we gently stir it, you can see the curds will kind of gently come together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can see it's already starting to happen there.
Yep.
And after about 60 seconds of that...
Like melting chocolate, sort of.
Exactly. Just not, the idea is that we don't want it to be really too hot. If you can see the milk solids, the water's getting kind of white from the milk.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets yellow, that means that the water is too hot, some of the fat leached out. So we just kind of keep it at a low simmer. It's not boiling.
Okay.
The curd's already pasteurized, so there's no issue with health concerns or anything like that. And from there, you can see there's that traditional look, what we have here. So basically, we make, we pull it by hand like this. And we can make all kinds of shapes and flavors.
And you're just dropping it right into, is that just water?
It's just water, and that kind of just helps to set the shape. What we try not to do is to refrigerate it for too long, and then it loses some of its flavor. And like any cheese, you eat at room temperature. Mm-hmm. So the idea is we make it every morning, serve it every day. Cheese that's left over gets sliced and used on all the artisan pizzas. So we have more than, like I said, so we have more than pizza at Oak and Stone. We have some great salads. So we have, fresh mozzarella.
Oh,
It's really,
look how beautiful.
really a traditional caprese salad with arugula and tomatoes. But the idea is that, the mozzarella is just ultra, ultra fresh. And the real simple presentation with extra virgin olive oil and balsamic, done it many times.
There's nothing better than that fresh cheese.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of different kinds of pizzas, too, it looks like. Goodness, I've never
So we
seen
brought
so
a
many.
sampling of all the house pizzas. We have a whole
Tell
bunch
us what
of
you got.
classic
I've never
pies.
seen one of these with eggs on top.
It's an eggs Benedict pie with
sounds amazing,
bacon and
actually.
hollandaise.
Uh-huh.
And then buffalo tenders. This is a classic caprese. Rotisserie chicken with goat cheese. This is macaroni and cheese with pretzel goldfish.
No kidding. Wow.
Taylor pork roll with caramelized pineapple. It's kind of a classic prosciutto roasted pepper and ricotta. This is black and blue. It's
caramelized onion?
It's black Angus beef and blue cheese. It gets its name from the black and blue there. The BLT pizza, the egg repeats itself there. Awesome. And there's a sausage and meatball back here.
Oh my goodness, that sounds fantastic. What hours of operation are?
We're open all day from 11 o'clock in the morning till late at night. We serve pizza till 2 o'clock in the morning, most days. So it's a great place to be out there for beer, great pizza, great menu. It's almost, great sandwiches, like I said, great salads.
And you're located on University, where exactly?
University in Honore.
In Honore. Check it out, folks. Absolutely great. Fran, thanks very much. I can't wait to taste this. This is absolutely fantastic. Recipe is on our website, mysuncoast.com. It's a pretty simple one, but the best thing to do is just go on in and have them make it for you. We'll be right back.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Florida Studio Theater presents Piano Men, held over by popular demand through April 2nd. Attributing the virtuosity and elegance of the Piano Man, Piano Men features the works of 20th century's best pianists and songwriters. Featuring songs from music icons such as Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, and Barry Manilow, don't miss what critics are saying is energetic, with fun and playful performances that evokes hits of an era. Piano Men is held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. An apartment fire in Bradenton has displaced several families, and the American Red Cross is stepping in to help now. Flames began to spark yesterday afternoon at the Harbor Point Apartments on 71st Street West. No one was injured, but the Bradenton Herald is reporting the fire displaced at least 9 families. There's heavy damage to one particular unit and water and smoke damage to others. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We'll have more on this developing story tonight at 5 and 6. On to national news. All eyes are on Capitol Hill, where today the House will vote on the president's new health care plan. As ABC's Janae Norman tells us, it doesn't appear the plan has enough votes to pass.
Confusion as House Republicans scramble to get their health care bill across the finish line. Several of them caught off guard when a last-minute meeting was suddenly canceled. Time still winding down to today's crucial vote.
We did not have all the pieces of the puzzle together. We recognized that by the evening hour.
It's a frantic fight to the finish to secure enough votes to move the bill forward. By ABC News' count, at least 28 Republicans are still a no, more than enough votes to kill the bill.
It's not going to pass as it stands right now unless they make major changes to it.
Conservative holdouts are demanding changes, including wanting the bill to go further in lowering premiums. Republican leaders and the White House are open to negotiations, but steadfast. This is their best shot to overhaul Obamacare.
There's Plan A and Plan A. We're going to get this done.
On the 7th anniversary of President Obama's signature health care bill becoming law, the namesake is speaking out. In a statement, Obama said, reality continues to discredit the claim that this law is in a death spiral. So the reality is clear, America is stronger because of the Affordable Care Act. For Republicans without a Plan B, the reality is becoming clear. They may need one.
Mr. President, if people like their doctor, can they keep their doctor?
Thank you, President.
The situation will be fluid all day as far as the number of yes votes and conservative holdouts, and there could also still be changes to the bill. And already that vote on the bill expected to go late into the night. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, tanning salon owners hope the new health care plan passes. Obamacare imposed an extra 10% tax on tanning. As a result, nearly 10,000 salons have been closed the past 7 years. The tax is similar to those imposed on tobacco and alcohol. It's meant to discourage the practice. According to the American Cancer Society, tanning salons increase the risk of melanoma, which is the deadliest type of skin cancer. Back in Florida, the final body of a missing charter boat passenger has finally been found. Deputies in Pinellas County recovered this man, 21-year-old G. Liu. He disappeared in heavy current along with the first mate, 27-year-old Andrew Dillman. A boater found Dillman's body on Monday. Liu was among 15 Colorado State University students who chartered a yacht last week. He jumped in the water to swim and got caught in rough current. Dillman jumped in to save him, and they both disappeared. Neither man was wearing a life preserver. Firefighters near Jacksonville are working to contain a fast-moving brush fire that they say was sparked by a man who was burning paperback books. The flames are about 65% contained, but it has already destroyed at least 15 homes and spread for 2 miles, forcing dozens of families to evacuate. The fire began yesterday when a man began burning books in his yard, and the blaze quickly got out of control and spread. Burning household garbage of any type is illegal in Florida. Farther south in Miami now, a burglar picked the wrong house to break into. He's met with a shotgun. Surveillance video captured the scene. It shows a man casually walking to the front door. He's in full view of the highway. He looks around, starts to try to kick the door down. A woman was inside with her 10-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son. When she saw what was going on, she grabbed her shotgun. Needless to say, the man was met with the scare of his lifetime.
He was running for his life. And he kept looking back and making sure that I wasn't going to just shoot him in the back.
After he ran off, you can still see her pointing the shotgun and yelling at the burglar. When asked later what stopped her from shooting him, she says, her kids. And off he goes back onto the road. These surveillance videos turn up a lot of stories these days.
Cameras everywhere.
They really are.
Cameras everywhere.
Wherever you go.
And I guess bad folk, too, everywhere.
Sad but true, John, yeah.
Sad but true. Well, we have a chance of seeing some storms around this afternoon, so we'll wait for that, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of rainfall around here. You know, as we mentioned earlier, we could sure use some. Our Lakewood Ranch webcam pointed in an opposite direction of the cameras that you have seen thus far in this forecast show a different picture, and that is clouds building in. And we'll see those clouds continue to build with the best chance for our rainfall today in inland areas. As we progress through the afternoon, more and more locations will see those clouds build, and I think we'll end up the day with more clouds, kind of limiting the heating, but also a few of them producing a little bit of rainfall. Mostly just showers and some light rain, but occasionally we could get a thunderstorm or two, and we are in an area that is in a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Ray?
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. An update now on the case against a man accused of killing an Orlando police officer. The former state attorney in the Markeith Lloyd case is looking to appeal Governor Scott's order on his case. Aramis Ayala says Scott overstepped his authority when he issued an executive order to remove her case after she announced she won't seek the death penalty. Scott says he's content with his decision about assigning another attorney to the case instead.
I'm very comfortable that I made the right decision. I had the authority to do it, to move the case against Markeith Lloyd to State Attorney Brad King.
Lloyd is accused of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend and a police lieutenant last month in Orlando. Lloyd has a hearing next week. New York City police say a Baltimore man came to Manhattan for one reason and one reason alone. Reporter Lindsay Davis has more on a fatal stabbing being called a hate crime.
Police say this surveillance video shows the moments right after James Harris Jackson stabbed a black man in the heart of New York City simply because of the color of his skin. Jackson, seen here being escorted out of a New York police precinct, is behind bars this morning. Police say the 28-year-old Army veteran violently attacked Timothy Kaufman, and they say he was motivated by his hatred for black people.
It is believed that he was specifically intending to target male blacks. It's well over 10 years that he has been harboring these feelings of hate towards male blacks.
Jackson was caught on surveillance camera running away from this Manhattan corner shortly after 11 o'clock Monday night, where 66-year-old Kaufman, a can and bottle recycler, was rifling through the trash when police say Jackson stabbed him multiple times with this 26-inch black sword. Police say he wrote a manifesto about coming to New York City from his home in Baltimore to attack black people.
The reason why he picked New York is because it's the media capital of the world.
Jackson told police he traveled to New York on a bus Friday, where he stayed in a hotel until Monday afternoon, at which point authorities say he proceeded to wander through the city. Investigators say they believe Jackson considered other attacks, but turned himself in 24 hours after the killing, telling officers he was the man they were looking for.
Jackson is currently being charged with second-degree murder, but police are working to add hate crime to upgrade that charge to first-degree murder. Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
This morning, computer hackers took aim at 3 ABC News Twitter accounts. The hackers sent out profanity-filled tweets to its millions of followers. They have since been deleted. ABC says it is working on resolving that problem. Another major retailer is on the verge of closing its doors. According to the Bloomberg News report, Payless shoe stores may seek bankruptcy court protection and plans to shut down up to 500 stores. That is fewer than the 1,000 locations previously considered to be closed. The discount footwear chain is struggling with the same issue facing many retailers as consumers shift to online shopping. Several major advertisers are suspending their marketing campaigns on Google's YouTube website. AT&T and Verizon are among the brands pulling their ads after finding them appearing alongside videos promoting terrorism and other unsavory subjects. Earlier this week, Google vowed to step up its efforts to block ads on hateful, offensive, or derogatory videos, but that promise so far has not appeased its advertisers. The spreading boycott could cost Google hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, no big surprise, Florida remains one of the top states with incoming residents here. New data from the Census Bureau says the Tampa Bay region had the 5th highest gain in the country between July 2015 and July 2016. 58,000 people moved to the Bay Area during that time. Other metros with fast growth include Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, Miami, Orlando, and Punta Gorda. Not Sarasota this time. Back here at home, new services are now available for families with loved ones fighting cancer. Jewish Family and Children's Services of the Suncoast has partnered with Sarasota Memorial Healthcare System to expand their services to those affected by cancer. Local cancer patients and survivors spoke about their journey this morning. The partnership is promising to give those affected by cancer new hope and a more positive outlook on life.
That beyond the medical treatment, all the other support systems need to be addressed as well for somebody to really pay attention to mind, body, in order to have a better recovery.
A therapeutic yoga class was also held for patients and others who want to take part, as well as a cycling component right there. The wellness service is free to survivors, caregivers, and their families. Very nice service. Up next, John Scalzi updates your weekend forecast, and Linda Carson has a fun idea for your weekend plans. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Shop the FlexSteel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on FlexSteel's patented spring construction. The FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstraub Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
So as we look at the current conditions outside, you'll notice the dew point values are high. Temperature hovering around the 80-degree mark is down 1 degree now. East wind brisk at about 14. We have small craft advisories up in offshore waters, and we also have some advisories up for closer to shore waters. Well, not an advisory so much as a exercise caution statement. We are continuing to watch winds out of the northeast, all directed out of the northeast. Those northeast winds will continue until they head into the later part of the overnight hours, in which point they'll start to turn back around. We have a frontal boundary located just to the north of us. That frontal boundary continues to sink southward. It'll be moving through our area today, but if you're traveling, the Atlanta airport and the Charleston airport and the Charlotte airport all look just fine. No issues there at those airport hubs. You can see we don't have a lot of cloud cover around here yet, but boy, there have been some pretty big thunder boomers here over on the other coast, and we'll start to see, I think, more of that occurring, especially down in the southern third of the state. I think that's the most likely location for seeing severe weather. I would have the most confidence in predicting severe weather there, though we are on the cusp of a marginal risk of some severe weather. Talk about that in a second. A few scattered showers located just to the north continue to move southward along with that front, and even a few thunderstorms located offshore. They've been pretty much offshore the Atlantic all day long. We're starting to get a few a little closer to Lake Okeechobee now with some local winds formed there, but so far nothing around our area. I think probably around 3, 4, 5 o'clock, most likely time to see something happening here. As far as the forecast goes, well, the drier conditions that you see located to the north will soon be sinking southward and will enjoy some quieter conditions as we head into tomorrow. Yep, a line of strong storms possible today in the open plains, but for us, we're also having a marginal risk right in this zone. Charlotte County, inland areas particularly, has a moderate risk of seeing severe weather. Now, what do I mean by severe weather? I do not mean tornadoes today. Today, the severe weather threat, I think, mostly would be gusty winds. To become a severe thunderstorm, you need a gust of about 58 miles per hour or better. So you might see that. You might see some hail. I don't think the kind of storms that we see today would meet the severe thunderstorm hail criteria of 1-inch hail, but we could see some hail in some of these storms with some cooler air floating in aloft. So just a reminder, 2 different kinds of watches and warnings for severe weather. Of course, if you have a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning, it means that there is an event likely to happen in the very short term, matter of minutes, or it's already occurring, and you should take action in case there are some gusty winds in your neighborhood or some frequent lightning. Again, mostly I think what we'll see this afternoon are some scattered showers, some light rain, and an occasional thunderstorm blooming. But there's a 5% risk that some of the storms could be stronger. The front sinks southward today. As it does so, it kind of falls apart. I think by this evening, 5, 6 o'clock, the severe weather threat will be located from about Lake Okeechobee southward. The winds will be generally speaking out of the northeast, and high pressure will build in. As it builds in, our winds will start to relax and we'll be left with quieter conditions. So a few afternoon showers into the evening, breezy winds, and then clearing and cooler in time for the weekend. The rainfall futurecast, not that impressive for us. I think there'll be some pockets with these thunderstorms, particularly to the south and particularly on the other coast, of some heavier rainfall. For us, I think we'll be lucky to see half-inch rainfalls in any location. Certainly more likely to see 1/10 of an inch rainfalls. A little bit breezy through tomorrow, and then the weekend looks fantastic. Back to you, Ray.
Perfect timing. Thank you, John. There's a new show under the big top this weekend in Benderson Park, and it's something they say is bigger and better. Linda Carson has details in this week's Spotlight.
Cirque du Bois is like nothing else you'll see under a circus tent.
This show is very different because we've got live musicians, we've got a choir of 180 voices. The energy is just stupendous. Honestly, the energy is epic. Every time we do this, I get goosebumps.
Joseph Calkins will be directing Key Chorale and the orchestra. Joining them for Cirque du Bois this year, Riverview and Sarasota High Schools.
I think it's just an incredible fusion because you have the musical arts and circus arts coming together, and what happens is when you add live music, it elevates the circus performers' performance. The circus performers elevate the chorus and the orchestra, and what you get is something that is just completely Sarasotan because you have these great musical organizations in town, an incredible circus, and it can only happen in Sarasota.
The first half of the show focuses on aerial dynamics.
We have 3 different aerial acts that are completely different. Swinging trapeze, a duo lyra, 2 amazing women, and then we finish the first half with Dolly and Rafael Palazzo on the straps.
Pay special attention to the music they're performing to.
This is a debut to a piece that was commissioned for Dolly and Rafael by Key Chorale, and it will be heard for the first time here in Sarasota.
They'll also perform to the same music this summer on the Mall in Washington, D.C. And look to the top of the tent and you'll see Circus Sarasota ringmaster Joseph Bauer high atop a 50-foot giant wheel of death.
I've been on this wheel for the past 29 years, and we do all kinds of stunts inside the wheel where I get the wheel going really fast and actually become airborne inside the wheel. Then I jump on the outside and jump rope, juggle fire, walk it blindfolded.
Several cities have tried to copy Cirque du Voir by combining a choir and circus acts, but nowhere else but Sarasota has it been done under a circus tent. Cirque du Voir, we guarantee it's an uplifting experience. 3 shows only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Very nice. Thank you, Linda. A memorial service this weekend for mother-daughter acting legends, and a big birthday for a California seal. Details next in entertainment news.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Being a caregiver at Granny Nanny's, there's nothing else like it.
When you build that relationship and form that bond, it's rewarding.
It feels wonderful. You feel like you're part of the family.
And every patient I meet becomes part of my family.
I love my job. It's who I am and it's what I do. It's about giving them the quality of life they deserve.
It's bringing loving care to home care.
I am Granny Nanny's.
I am Granny Nanny's.
I am Granny Nanny's.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Interesting twist here. The songwriters for a popular 1990s R&B hit are now being listed as co-writers for a new song. The writers behind TLC's hit No Scrubs are now being credited for Ed Sheeran's #1 hit called Shape of You. It's currently top of the charts. Well, in recent years, artists like Robin Thicke, Pharrell, and Sam Smith have given writing credits to older songs after some complained or sued about similarities in them. Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds will be remembered this weekend at a Hollywood memorial service. 84-year-old Reynolds had a stroke and died one day after her 60-year-old daughter died of a heart attack. Debbie's son, Todd Fisher, says he's really okay with his mother's death, but not so okay with his sister's death. ABC's General Hospital and The View are among the nominations for the 44th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards. CBS shows like Young and the Restless, The Bold and Beautiful, and The Price is Right lead the way with 25 nominations total. Daytime Emmys set for April 30th. Well, here's what we can show you from the new trailer for Baywatch. The upcoming action comedy is based on the iconic TV show. It stars Dwayne Johnson, Zac Efron, and others. Baywatch is rated R and will be in theaters on May 26th. And finally, a Southern California seal has reached its own senior citizen status. Shelby the seal marked her 21st birthday. That's very old in seal years. She was born in captivity and sent to Southern California's Aquarium of the Pacific back in 1998. And while most are given a Jell-O cake for a birthday, Shelby the seal wanted something a little different. Listen.
It was pretty funny. So typically we make a gelatin cake for the animals. In her case, she likes capelin, which is a type of smell to fish. And so we stuffed the gelatin with different fish parts for her, and she ate that.
Nice. Harbor seals in the wild typically live 15 to 20 years, but captive seals can make it into their 30s. So, John, I now know what I'll bring you for your birthday.
Fish parts?
How does that sound?
That's funny.
I'll take a cupcake.
Seals are really cool. I really like
You think
watching
so?
them. I think them. They have a problem with them out in California.
Yeah.
There's almost too many of them.
Yeah.
They're becoming nuisance animals in some cases.
Right.
But yeah, I think they're fun to watch.
They seem fun to me. They're always in good moods.
Yeah, yeah, they are. They don't hold a torch to the door, Snooty. Sorry.
That's
biased.
That's our news for now. Next news at 5. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Good Morning Suncoast.